Hey everybody, I just wanted to share with you an update on what I'm doing. It's a beautiful day anyways, and it's not as windy today, which is great. I just wanted to show you what I've been working on. So I decided to up pot my seedlings, my starts that I started, and so I've been getting that done. So far they look pretty good. I had a couple of them that uh, didn't do well, but for the most part, they still all look pretty strong. I'm just trying to keep them watered, and I have them on this black plastic here. I figured it would kind of help keep everything warm, but I don't know if maybe it's just too warm or I don't know. I've got a casualty there, a casualty here and here. I think something is, if it's not the heat, then it's something is attacking them. Uh, I see other casualties of my tomatoes. I think the fungus gnats. I've been having a problem with those still. So that could be a reason why they're doing that too. Because the fungus gnats is like, it's crazy. I don't know. I'm gonna have to make some decisions today about what I'm gonna do with these. There's a lot of tomato plants that are down. Anyway, so I'll figure out what I'm gonna do with those and how I'm gonna try and save those. But I wanted you to see my little container garden area. It's coming along. I just recently repotted or up potted all of my trees. So here I have, this is my hibiscus. Couldn't think of it for a second there. And then my 4 different types of apple. Oh no, this one is my Honeycrisp apple. And then my 4 different types of apple. And in the background here is my lemon. And then I repotted, I bought navel orange, which is right here, navel orange. And then I also have on the other side over here all of my potatoes, and they're coming up pretty good too. But I also have right here my ancho poblano that was in the house, and I'm trying to harden off these moringa trees so I can actually get them healthy again, because I don't know why they're not healthy. They were in the house in a south-facing window for a while, and they turned like that. When I had them in the north-facing window on the opposite side of the house, they did well. I probably should have just left them over there. And then I have my fig right here. I have another fig tree, but I just haven't moved it yet. But it's in the pot over here. So today I'm just going to add in the irrigation in this bed here, and get my rectangular beds, flower beds installed in here. And then also finish mulching all of this with wood chips. I'll get that finished today, and you'll see the progress of that hopefully. And then I'm gonna have to move my seedlings over here after I figure out what's going on with them. And I really don't think it's a issue of them not being hardened off yet, because I've been growing them outside. I don't have a greenhouse, and I haven't grown them inside the house. I started them in the shed, but even though I started growing them in the shed every day, I pull them out so that they could get sun. So I don't think that's the issue. It's either too hot or the fungus gnats is just really rampaging them a lot. So I'm gonna have to see what it is and move them. And then hopefully I'll get to move on to cleaning up this side of the yard. I bought some bags to put stuff in. Some of this stuff I'm gonna keep, like some of these roots and stuff, so that I can use compost it. And some of this dirt is really good dirt, so I'm gonna keep it mixed with all these weeds and stuff, and I'm just gonna stick them in the black thick trash bags and just let them sit until next season. See how that works out. Maybe I'll have some good compost that I can then reapply back into my beds. So we'll see how that goes. So I figured out what was going on with my seedlings that I had on that one of my garden beds. I finally figured out what was going on with it. I thought maybe it was the fungus gnats, but it turns out they were damping off. If you've never heard of that, which I've heard of it, but I didn't quite know exactly what it was, look it up. Damping off. And that's where it's a fungus attacks your seedlings and just makes them fall over. It thins the stem right at the soil line, and the seedling just falls over and then it dies. And that's what happened with mine. They fell over, and some of them died. Some of them, like the tomato ones, I was able to pinch some dirt further up on their stems, and they seem to be doing okay and recovering. But others, they were too far gone, and so I had to repot them. And so I did. I ended up putting them all in these solo cups. And then right when I thought, okay, all is going good, I ran out of some solo cups, and I had some other options. I had these little plastic containers that I get from a drink mix that I use. My husband has diabetes, and so we drink a lot of like sugar-free Crystal Light type drinks, and so I get a lot of those containers, and so I just use those containers and repurpose them for these as grow containers for my stuff. So I ran out of those and decided to use these peat pots, and a lot of people I know use these. And I noticed whenever I would come out and check on all my plants and stuff, that everything in the solo cups and in the plastic here was moist and nice. But those peat pots, everything was dry and crumbly. And eventually I lost, I'd say about 10 of my seedlings because of those peat pots. And what happens with the peat pots, they suck the water out of the soil away from the plant, and so you have to water them more often. And well, with these not needing as much water, and I had some of those in the same tray, I was overwatering one set of seedlings and the other one was underwatered. So anyways, I'm never going to use these again. Yeah, I'm over those. I'm pretty sold on just using solo cups, or, just recycling the drink containers that I have. And, or even like how you see here, I have sour cream and ricotta cheese containers and Parmesan cheese containers. I recycle those and use those. I won't use those peat pots again. I lost too many seedlings, and it makes no sense for me to buy those peat pots and then have to, because I had some people in my a gardening group that I belong to, tell me, and I'll show you the photos that I took, tell me that I needed to fill the soil all the way up in the cup because I had the soil just halfway. And if you notice in my solo cups here, it's only halfway. And I do that so that as the tomato plants grow, especially with my tomato plants, as they grow longer, then I can fill in more soil. And it'll promote more root growth along the stem, which will make for stronger plants. And so, anyways, with these peat pots, I only had them filled halfway with soil, and people were saying, oh no, you need to fill them up completely with soil. That was where you made your mistake. But I'm thinking, okay, I gotta pay for peat pots every year if I use them because they're not reusable, and then I have to use more soil to fill them and keep them full, and I have to use more water to keep them moist and watered, way more water than I had to use for these solo cups. That's just, the dollar signs is just adding up. No thank you. I'll stick with using and recycling these solo cups and the plastic and stuff. Okay, I just wanted to show you the finished product on this container garden. So as you can see, I got, this is hibiscus, and then this one, that's potato, orange, navel orange, and we got a little fig down there. And I don't know what kind of fig that is. It was a cutting that I got. So, and then we've got this apple. This is Honeycrisp apple, and it's blooming for the first time since I've had it, which is about 2 years. So, and then on this, I'm gonna put, on this trellis, I'm gonna put some flowers. I already have the flowers and stuff. I haven't planted them yet, only because I plan on taking this one in particular down and then putting some cement down in the holes to try and stabilize it a little bit better because the winds here is just crazy. Okay, so then this apple is like 4 different types of apples grafted on there, but as you can see, there's already apples popping out here. So I'm happy with that, and they're like all over. And then this branch here and this branch here, this is the first time these in a couple of years. This is the first time that they actually sprouted leaves. They didn't bloom or anything like that yet, but this is the first time they sprouted leaves. They stayed bare, and I was wondering if the graft was even good. But they're hanging in there and they're growing. So, and then there's an empty spot right here. I have a pepper plant that I was growing indoors that's gonna go in that spot, and a couple of moringa trees that I have growing, and I got some cuttings of a cadota fig that I'm gonna get started, and eventually I'll pot it up once it roots and put it in this bed too. This was supposed to be potato, but I don't see them coming up, so I don't know. I'm gonna give it a couple more, like another week, and if nothing pops up, then I have a whole bunch more potatoes to plant. So this lemon is doing better now. I put it in a bigger pot, and I gave it some sandy soil because I saw that they prefer sandier soil, citrus plants do. So I put it in some sandier soil, and it's starting to have some growth again, so I'm happy about that. And then yes, another trellis. Now there's a reason for these trellises. So if you can see it here. So this trellis I put here because when I took down that patio cover that was over here, it allows, these windows are west facing windows. So I opened up my windows to all the sunlight to just beam in, and so this trellis is kind of blocking this window right here. So when the sun comes down, it'll line up with this trellis, and the trellis will help shield that window from the late afternoon sunlight. And hopefully when I get some flowers in there, it'll even do better. But you know, it's not so bad. I mean, the idea was great. It looks cute, so I'm happy with it, and whether it's functional or not. And that's the same with this other one on this side. This one is to help shade this window here. At a certain point in the early evening, late afternoon, that window is no longer shaded by the big tree behind me, and so this trellis comes in handy for that. So, and on the other end here is well, sorry about my shadow being in the picture, it always happens. Hollyhocks growing in that container, and there's a little container back here. Oh, my shadow's in the way, dang it. I don't know if you can see it. Right there is another fig, and that one is a Chicago hardy fig. So yeah, but anyways, that's what I've been working on. So I have the irrigation, as you can see, is in. I have to test it and make sure everything is tacked down, which I will with some rocks and this to hide this hose right here. I will put more wood chips over it so you won't be able to see it. And so hopefully that'll look really nice. And then of course I've got, let me back up here so you can see it. I still got all this right here to clean up and out of here. And of course these green buckets are going to be gone. These containers are going to be placed somewhere else, which I already know where, but you'll see it when I do it. So anyways, I just wanted to show you the completion of phase 2. And now I said phase 3 was going to be like getting all of this dirt and stuff excavated, all this extra dirt, and taking down the level of the dirt here so I can get everything prepped for grass. But that is moved, that's been bumped to phase 4. Phase 3 is going to be, you'll be able to see that in the next video, so stay tuned. I'm sure you're going to love phase 3. I know I do, because that's where I'm going to be growing all of my tomatoes. So anyways, thanks you guys for watching. If you like these videos and you want to see more, and you want to see how this remodel turns out, then just click that subscribe button and leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about the design so far. If maybe you have some suggestions or something, or any ideas, or just anything you want to say, keep it positive. But as always, you guys, I am so thankful that I do have people who are interested in my little humble garden. And it just warms my heart to see people actually watching my videos and stuff. When I first started this vlog, and I want to get that straight, this is a vlog. It's not a how-to or anything like that, because I'm still learning a lot of stuff. I'm still experimenting with a lot of stuff. And so I'm not by any means trying to tell anybody how to start a garden, run a garden, or anything like that. You guys, I'm just thankful. I really am. I'm thankful that you guys are watching my little humble videos, my little vlog about my garden here. Maybe one day it'll turn into a how to plant, how to do these things. But right now, it's just a way for me to keep up with everything that's going on in my garden and the things that I'm doing and implementing so I can remember what worked and what didn't work. So bear with me. Thank you, you guys. And as always, God bless.